Welcome back to Gaming with Crashworth. This is Crashworth headquarters, and as always, I'm Crashworth. Now, if you don't mind, I'd love to take you back to a good year. It was 2017, and it was March, and it was the launch of the Nintendo Switch. Nintendo didn't know it at the time, but it would go down as one of the company's best-selling consoles of all time. Now, 7 years afterwards, the Switch, it's winding down. Sad. But there's good stuff ahead. But at this time, I cannot wait to share with you my wife and I's Nintendo Switch collection. Let's get right to it. 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim, The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy, AI The Somnium Files. This game is amazing. It's dark, it's weird, it's hilarious, and I highly recommend it. I watched my wife play this one. Another Code Recollection, Astral Chain. This is one I have to get back to because for some reason something newer and shinier came out and I never got back to it. It's incredible. This game, what can I tell you? This is the CRPG to rule them all. This is the enhanced edition of Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. And it might even be one of the rarest physical games in the collection. Batten Kaitos 1 and 2 HD Remaster. I still can't to this day believe that one of my favorite games of all time on the GameCube got a HD remaster on the Switch. Can I just give the screen my money right now?
Yes.
Is there a spot that I could just add the money into the screen? How cool is that? You have to pick this one up. Card-based combat, characters are incredible. It's just a 10 out of 10, no, an 11 out of 10 game, if you can believe it. Cadence of Hyrule, Crypt of the Necrodancer, featuring The Legend of Zelda. Collection of Mana. I've been wanting to get into these games for a long time, and I hear this is the perfect way to do it. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII Reunion. Now, if you can believe it, the only Final Fantasy game I've really played is one on the NES of all consoles. So when Final Fantasy the games, when they began coming out on the Switch, I got all of them. So you'll see a cavalcade of Final Fantasy games that I haven't yet played, but I will, and I can't wait to share with you what I think of this iconic series. Chris Tales is an awesome game that plays with time travel in a way that I have never seen before. You're actually flipping back and forth through times in combat. It's so cool. And I've just played a little bit, and again, gonna get back to it. Cuphead. What can I say about this game? It is one of the hardest games I have ever played. It's a run and gun shooter in the style of the wacky cartoons from the 1930s and the age of jazz. This is a cool game, but it is one that will drive you crazy, let me tell you. Disco Elysium Final Cut. Now, I've been a fan of this series for a long time, going back to the SNES. This is Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, and this is an amazing platformer. Again, tough as nails, but the level designs are top notch. This next game, its power level is over 9,000. Yep, it is Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. And if you are not familiar with Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Z, I guess depending on where you live, this is, I'd say, a perfect way to get into the legendary anime. So I highly recommend Dragon Ball Z Kakarot Disney Dreamlight Valley Cozy Edition. This is one of my wife's games. I picked it up for her and she absolutely loves it. Just pouring hours and hours and hours of her time handheld into this game. Dragon Quest Builders. I am a huge fan of the Dragon Quest series, going back to Dragon Warrior on the NES. This game is the first of 2 Dragon Quest Builders games, and I'd say it's like Minecraft meets Dragon Quest. I hope I got that right, but yes, and again, this game was hard to find. Dragon Quest Builders 2. Once again, the series continues, and I hope that we get a third one. Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3. Now these are the mobile ports of the Erdrick trilogy, but if this is the only way that you can play 1, 2, and 3 until the remasters come out, still highly recommend these classic games. Awesome stuff. Dragon Quest XI is one of my favorite games of all time. The characters, the plot, the twists, the turns, the adventure, it's all here. And you need to play this game. I'd say rush out right now, whatever time it is, get this game. You'll want it in your collection. Eastward. Eastward? Fatal Frame, Maiden of Black Water. This is one of my wife's games. This is a scary game, so perhaps not for Crashworth. Fatal Frame, Mask of the Lunar Eclipse. Fire Emblem Engage. Fire Emblem Three Houses. The replayability in this game is insane, with all the branching paths, all the dialogue, all the adventure, all the backstabbing, all the political, strategy and warfare. This game, incredible. The Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster Collection. Games 1 through 6. Final Fantasy 7 and 8. Now, yeah, I know I said before that I haven't played these games, and that's true. But soon, I will be an aficionado of Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy 9, Final Fantasy 10, and 10-2. Final Fantasy 12, The Zodiac Age. Gloomhaven Mercenaries Edition. If anyone can tell me how to play this game, I would be forever grateful. I haven't even been able to get past the first level, and I feel like an absolute noob. Oh yeah, baby! It's The Good Life from Limited Run Games. This is my wife's game, and she loves it, and it is weird and wacky, and you get to ride a sheep. Grandia HD Collection. A game that we both don't know anything about. It's Grow, Song of the Evertree. It looks cool. The famed role-playing roguelike Hades. And yes, this game I'm not very good, but that doesn't stop me, and I can't wait for the sequel. Harvestella is quickly becoming one of my wife's favorite games, and she can't stop talking about this game, and it makes me want to give it a go. What can I say about Hollow Knight? This is one of the most demanding Metroidvanias I've ever played. It's gorgeous, it's haunting, it's imaginative, it's adventure, it's everything you want in the game wrapped up with a little bow and with a difficulty that will knock your socks clean off. Have you ever had your socks knocked clean off? Well, if you haven't before, you will when you play Hollow Knight. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. Again, this game, the replayability is insane. The amount of characters, the amount of cross lore between all the games. This is a cool game if you can get your hands on a physical. Infinity Strash, Dragon Quest, The Adventure of Dai. Immortals Phoenix Rising, Kingdom Come Deliverance Royal Edition. This game, I cannot wait to give it a go. I've played about an hour of it. It is demanding, it is challenging, but it is so cool and so in-depth. Life is Strange, True Colors, Live Alive. This is an HD 2D game, and it's one to write home about, and the connecting stories are incredible. It's Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. It's Luigi's Mansion 3. Mario Party Superstars. Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope. A game we've invested so much time into on the couch online. It's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, one of the best-selling games on the Nintendo Switch. And it's a Wii U port. It's Master Detective Archives Rain Code. This is a full-on remaster of Metroid Prime from the GameCube. Now, the GameCube and Metroid Prime go hand in hand, and the Switch version looks unreal. You have to see it to believe it. Monster Hunter Rise. It's Nier Automata. Now, I love this next game. It's Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch. Ni no Kuni Revenant Kingdom. A game that truly kicked off the HD 2D craze. It's Octopath Traveler. I'm going to give this one a second chance because I did drop it because I just couldn't quite get into the combat. Octopath Traveler 2, Oddworld Soulstorm, The Ori Collection, The Outbound Ghost. Oh, this next one. Paper Mario, The Origami King. I loved the plot, loved the characters. The battle system drove me around the bend. Not because, why bother fighting or anything. It was just that I couldn't see the patterns, and I'd be playing this until my hands fell off. I wasn't good at this game, and it frustrated me, and I wish the combat was different. Another GameCube remaster. It's Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. When this was announced, I jumped up and down for joy. This is such a cool game. Persona 3 Portable. Now, I just finished the remake of this game, Persona 3 Reload, on the Xbox Series X. One of my favorite games of all time. It's Persona 5 Royal. This is an amazing Warriors game. It's Persona 5 Strikers, and it continues the story of the Phantom Thieves. Persona 5 Tactica, a strategy RPG that again involves the Phantom Thieves. I've yet to play this one, and I'm really excited. Pikmin 3 Deluxe, Planescape Torment, and Icewind Dale. Pokemon Scarlet, Pokemon Legends Arceus, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Pokemon Shining Pearl, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX, new Pokemon Snap. This game was so surprising. Road 96. The twists and turns as you try to get these teenagers safely across the border was incredible. Highly recommend Road 96. The complete edition of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game. Sea of Stars with the awesome slip cover. A game I got for my wife. It's Shadow Man Remastered. Shin Megami Tensei 3. Shin Megami Tensei 5. I put about 100 hours into the Switch version of Skyrim, and I've barely touched the surface of the plot. As soon as the world opened up, I zoomed off in a direction and never looked back. I can't wait to play more. Sonic Superstars. Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy. Spiritfarer, The Spirit and the Mouse, a blast from the past, it's Spyro Reignited Trilogy, the collector's edition of Stardew Valley, Star Ocean, the Second Story R, Star Wars Heritage Pack, and yes, I've already played Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Classic game, and one I highly recommend for all you Star Wars fans out there. My wife loves this game. It's Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life. Story of Seasons, Pioneers of Olive Town. What is now becoming a rare game, it is Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Once again, you've got Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy in one game. A game that needs no introduction. It's one of the best on the Switch, Super Mario Odyssey. This is a game, if you haven't played it, if you haven't experienced collecting all those moons, this is awesome. Super Mario Party, Super Mario RPG, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Tactics Ogre Reborn. Because this is one of my favorite games of all time on the GameCube, I had to get the chosen edition of Tales of Symphonia. It didn't run that well on the Switch. It's been patched a couple times, but still can't get enough of this classic JRPG. Tales of Vesperia, Tokyo Dark Remembrance, The Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel 3, The Legend of Heroes, Trails Through Daybreak, Trials of Mana, Triangle Strategy. I highly recommend this incredible HD 2D strategy RPG. A really awesome collab between Vanillaware and Atlas, Unicorn Overlord. I'm so happy to have this in the collection. I think it's going to be a hidden gem, and I think it's going to be quite rare one day soon. Now, I have to say I do have the first one in the collection as well, just not on camera. It's Xenoblade Chronicles 2. This is the DLC. It's Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Torna the Golden Country. And now a game that will live with me for the rest of time with its emotional storytelling, Xenoblade Chronicles 3. And I can't wait to dive into the DLC. Ys 8, Lacrimosa of Donna. Ys 9, Monstrum Nox. Ys Origin. What can I say about this next game? It's incredible and one of the best Legend of Zeldas of all time. It's Breath of the Wild. It's iconic. If you do not have this game in your collection, you need it. It reimagined everything, and folks are still pouring hundreds and hundreds of hours into this game. Incredible. The unbelievable sequel, it's The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. I loved this game. The sheer imagination, the physics, the world building, the crafting, the 3 zones you can get to from the sky to the land to the depths. There is so much content in this game, it's almost overwhelming, but I loved it. The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. It's The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD. I am so thrilled to have been able to share with you my wife's and I's Nintendo Switch collection. We have had so much fun collecting for this console over these past 7 years, and we can't wait for what's to come. As you can see, that's a lot of games. But until next time, don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed what you've seen here. And as always, I'm always cooking up something cool right here in Crushworth headquarters. Until next time, see you later. Thanks for watching. If you haven't yet, like, subscribe, and crush that bell to catch all my videos. And get this, reviewing games is new to me, YouTube isn't. Gaming with Crushworth joins traveling with Crushworth in the Crushworth Extended Universe. What games are you playing? Let me know in the comments below. See you later.